Okay, so let's discuss this project that I undertook. We just opened the pool the other day, so the water's a little cloudy and a little low, so I just ran the garden hose and we're gonna have to top it off a little bit. There's the cover over there. So when I bought this place, it had this 18 by 36 in-ground pool that had weeds growing out of it because the bottom of the vermiculite were broke. The cover had ripped off, or the liner had ripped. So we scooped the liner out, removed the broken vermiculite, and you were having 5-6 foot weeds growing in there. So our plan was fill it in. Well, I started to fill it in. And then halfway up, when I stopped at the lower elevation for the shallow end, we leveled it off, poured 4 inches of concrete. Then I built the tanning ledge, steps, and you can't see it right there, but there's a ledge that goes the whole way for a seating area with 2 different elevations. So I put in a skimmer on this side, there's a skimmer on that side, and a skimmer over there. Originally, this pool only had 1 skimmer, and I think it was maybe 2 returns. Right now, you're looking at a pool with 3 skimmers, okay, and 9 returns. Did it have 2? No, I think it had 1 right there. Okay, so now what we're looking at, it had the bubble stairs on the outside, fiberglass, that were kind of deteriorating with all cracks in it. I was figuring out how to repair those. But what I ended up doing was removing those, putting a brand new panel on the side of it, and I built steps inside the pool that connect to the tanning ledge. And the jets blow any material or debris, keep them moving over, the water moving over the surface, so it prevents algae growth. I got 1 final step that takes you out of the pool, but the second step, I had it merged with the tanning ledge. So you got a nice wide step there to walk across, and there's multiple jets pointing throughout the area, as well as right around here in the middle of the pool, I have a suction port that sucks the water in as well. Not a skimmer, but it's also a suction port. So there's no bottom drains at all because the pool is only the same elevation as the tanning ledge, or as the low end, which most people hang out in the low end anyway, don't they? Right? Come on, guys, let's be honest. You're hanging out, you're having a couple drinks. Most of the people, they're just hanging out in the low end. Nobody wants to swim and stay alive in the deep end. You're just wasting your time, your energy. Yeah, sure, you could have kids jumping off the diving board, and what is that, a liability issue? You need that like a hole in the head, okay? Insurance goes up, somebody gets hurt, kills the mood of the party. People are diving. Even adults have a couple drinks, they're scraping their chins. I work with a guy who scraped his whole chin up. You can break your neck on the thing, and then you got the back flips, and then you're gonna want slides. That costs a lot of money, a lot of insurance costs. Even insurance companies find out you have a diving board on your pool, forget it. Forget it. The gold mine, all they say, cha-ching, cha-ching, right? You don't need that. Not to mention it's more water to heat, okay? Because nobody wants to go in a cold pool. And even if your hand touches the water, ooh, yeah, and that's a little warm. No, once you jump in, it's ice cold. I had one for years, okay? So it's gonna be ice cold, especially once the water starts mixing around, because the deep water never gets warm. The sun is never gonna penetrate an 8-9 foot pool and warm that water up. So now you have to have a bottom drain that's just circulating it, and that just circulates cold water back to the top, and it rarely is enjoyable, okay? So I don't know what to tell you. You want a deep pool? Fine. You jump in it once, maybe twice a year. Your kids have a couple laughs, and then nobody else goes in it for the rest of the year. While you're spending the time trying to heat the thing, keep it clean, more chemicals, yada, yada, yada. Trying to vacuum the bottom of a 9-foot pool, 8-foot pool? Come on. The thing wants to float up. You don't have the suction. You're pushing it down. You're trying to get all the crap that's settled into the bottom. It's a nightmare. It's a nightmare. Don't believe me? Do it. Do it. This is the way. Okay, sport pools are coming a thing. I'm going to put a volleyball net right in the center. I'm going to eliminate the tanning ledge length and then split the difference. Put a nice volleyball net right in the center. So that's going to come about. I got to get those anchors. They're in the mail right now. They're going to go about over here, and then we're going to put the net across. But right now I need the anchors because the concrete's coming on Thursday. It was Tuesday, but there's contraction joints that have to be done, and they're not going to arrive till Tuesday. You got a beautiful skimmer right here. I went with everything was Hayward. Okay. You open it up. You got your plug in there from over the winter time. Literally just opened it yesterday. I'll show you the equipment pad. Another overkill piece, which is on that side. It's amazing. I took the time and I did it right. And what are you looking at here? Yep, that box. What is that box for? Is that storage for volleyballs? Nope. That's for an automatic pool cover. Okay, it rolls up in this box. It's filled with gravel. Everything I'm standing on is filled with gravel. There's a 6-inch drain perforated that runs out to the side and it spills out over into the field over there. Okay, this track that you're looking at right here not only holds the liner on the pool, but it also is for the automatic pool cover, as well as got a beautiful, nice coping edge. I was going to deal with the cantilever edge. Yeah, it's beautiful, but the forms are expensive. The time is expensive. You got to get in there and finish the edges. It's just for a DIY, for a beautiful track lined pool. I went with the coping, and I think it's going to be the way to go. Okay, I went with the gray. White's outdated, they're saying, for that, so it was hard to get, but I think a mix and a combination between the white Hayward covers, which I could always change later, I think it's a nice contrast. So this is the pool. I got a couple images of how we did it. We dug around the perimeter. We exposed everything on the back of the pool. We repainted the surfaces, ground off any rust that we saw. Painted it all with this epoxy coated paint that preserves steel, and that's what that green looking color is. And then we ran and trenched all of our electric pipes throughout the entire area, which I could show you in more depth, all the electrical runs. We used 3/4 stone to backfill so we didn't compact next to the sides. When we had this, the walls kind of look like a big arch. They settled over time and the weight of the soil pushed in and collapsed the side of the walls, but we exposed the turnbuckles, cleaned them all up, and we got it good. We were able to adjust the sides of the pool. So there's another area adjacent to the greenhouse that we're going to turn into a beautiful hangout area next to the pool. I ran multiple gas lines all throughout. I'll show you all the gas lines that we installed and how we did it and what the intents of them are for. Okay, we have a couple steel posts back here that we're going to recess in the ground for a riser for the electrical and the water lines that we ran. So we ran several water lines as well, which I'm going to show you. That's the orange lines right there. And we took down all these trees, which really opened up this beautiful field behind us. So before there was all these vine covered, nasty, deteriorating, ready to come down pieces of garbage that are stacked right there right now. So we're gonna end up cutting these up and using them for some firewood as the years go on. That's another project right there. But we got the chainsaws, we got the manpower, myself. We're gonna DIY our own firewood like we always do, which is mainly for aesthetics because I do have natural gas up here and It's very efficient. I got a brand new boiler system that I put in when I got the house. I'll show that to you guys. It's definitely the way to go. We went with the on-demand baseboard, so it's pretty awesome. Well McLean, it's been nothing but reliable. So here you see some stone dust, which is going to be used underneath all the pavers because I don't do anything simple. This is DIY overkill that you're watching, so prepare to take it up to the next step. DIY was a thing of the past. Now it's DIY overkill. Who could do it bigger? Who can do it better? Anybody could pour a 3-foot slab. What is this? This is 16 foot. I'll show you exactly how we staked it out, how we got our grade from the pool. There's some of our gas lines for our fireballs. You got our water leveling system. We got our fountain spigot right there. You got our blocks for the retaining wall. You have over here, nice setup, nice, right? What are we looking at? We're looking at multiple electrical ports coming up to a junction box, and on the other side of this, in the next week, we're gonna mount the Omni PL Hayward system that runs everything automated. We got all of our Jandy valves. We got all 2-inch PVC rigid pipe. No flex pipe, no 1.5-inch pipe, everything 2-inch. I went with everything rigid to prevent any termites or settling or cracking or reduce any frictional flow. We got our saltwater system that we're going to install. So we got backflow preventers in the system. We got our anodes. We also have additional ports that can monitor our chemicals. And this over here is going to hook up to our saltwater chlorinator. This hasn't been installed yet. Yesterday we blew out the antifreeze that was in the line. That was last night. Just brought this stuff up from storage to prevent any weather deterioration of our products. This is the Hayward variable speed TriStar VS 900 pump. Look it up. It's the way to go. You should see the size of this basket in here. I mean, I'll do a whole video on this, but look at this, guys. Look at this. I mean, you're going to get leaves in there. I mean, this thing could hold a bucket of leaves. All right, it's like the size of my shoe. You're not going to get, it's the number 12 shoe. You're not going to, a couple of leaves aren't going to stop this bad boy from running. It's got all the components that you need right here. You do variable speed. It could save you electric, work more efficiently. I let this thing circulate for 24 hours a day if I want to. All right. It runs on 240, or you can hook it up to a regular 120 outlet. All that's going to be running through here. This is another water line, so I can rinse stuff off over here that I ran. It's going to branch off of this line. All right. You got the Hayward 400,000 BTU natural gas heater. I got this pool up to almost 100 degrees last year without even trying because I'm about 12,000 gallons worth of water. And for 12,000 gallons of water, do you need this 60 DE60 20 Hayward pool product filter? No. But did I want it? Yes. Okay. This filter requires less cleaning. It's got some serious fins on the inside. It's DE, so you're gonna get the cleanest, clearest, healthiest water to swim in. You could go with cartridge, throw them away, gets expensive, gets a lot of particles out. You can go with sand, a lot cheaper, but the sand's not gonna get the water as clear as a DE filter. If you want the finest particles removed, then you're gonna go with the DE filter. You're gonna use this Hayward variable flow multi-valve, which allows you to recirculate, rinse. You could close it off, you could dump your waste, you could backwash. Okay, and I ran that out and I buried that line, and then it spits off down over here, which it comes, I encased it and an even larger PVC Schedule 80 pipe for protection while I backfill. So that comes that way, and it tips downhill so you don't have any buildup. You got your natural gas here. I'm gonna spray paint this with the gray, but I got a 2-inch coming up, and I got a 1.25 inch branching off that goes to the fire bowls, and then this comes this way right here for the heater. And I got that extra pieces right there that I brought into storage. It goes to that heater. This is an extra branch off that I had in case I wanted to put a in-home generator, which I ran the pipe for. It's gonna branch off of here, hook up to this pipe, and I'm gonna pour a little pad right here to run the whole home generator so I don't hear it running. All this yellow pipe is a tracer wire. I got my drip valve right there to collect any condensation that's in the pipe as it comes. I got a shut-off valve right here, which is for the heater. And I got a shut-off valve here, which is for the fire bowls. Okay. I got a 2-inch valve that I have for the overall system if I want to shut off, because this is the line coming in. But I also have one on the other end to shut it off. So I'll probably take it apart because I'm overkill. All right. And then I'll do a little more in-depth system with all that. These are the bricks I just had ordered. All right, so these are regular just paver bricks, or not pavers. These are just concrete brick that are gonna go underneath the wire mesh that I have right there. 5 foot by 10 foot wire mesh. That's gonna go around the pool and inside the greenhouse. These are all some of the plugs that I have. Okay, we're leveling some of this area with this dirt that came out for the retaining wall. All right. This whole area is coming along really well. These pack outs are gonna be for pavers. As if the project wasn't more complicated enough and it wasn't doing 2 weeks. But these are 7-inch pack outs that I built out of 2x6s, 2x4s, and some spacers, so I can put a 6.5 by 13-inch paver around the entire perimeter of the pool, 6 foot offset. So I'll show you that as well. What's in front of me right here is the Cambridge wall block. Okay, it's the it's the Omega 7 natural stone. It's got these special grooves on top that allow you to lock the wall in place. And this is the natural stone facing. Comes with column corner blocks, end blocks. It's packaged really well. I only found one pallet had a couple nicks in it, but for the most part, they're wrapped in heavy duty plastic. They have expansion joint in them. They're on solid pallets, okay? They have metal strapping to hold it together for transport. And this is our trench, okay? It goes all the way down. It's probably gonna end up at a 53 foot. I ended up extending it all the way past where I was gonna do the gate, but I'm changing my mind now. So I'm gonna have a gate come right through here into the pool area, which I didn't really think I needed. We're running low on stone, so today there's gonna be a delivery. I have a triaxle delivering us some more of this 3/4 inch stone because the area behind the pool has a 21-inch drop off. Doesn't really look like it, but that's the whole purpose of the retaining wall, is to pick it up to 21 inches and backfill, and then I'll go one course higher to make it look aesthetically correct. And I'll put my fence on top of this retaining wall to connect into everything around, because where I live, you're required to have a fence around your pool, even though I got the automatic pool cover. I got the 6-inch perforated pipe that's gonna go behind the wall, okay? It's gonna take any water that builds up behind the wall, as well as I'm going to leave a space between the wall and the concrete pour. So any water that runs off of the concrete slab around the pool is going to go down, fall between the wall and the concrete, down the 3/4 stone, into the pipe, and it's going to come this way, and I'm going to dig out just past the truck and spill that off into the woods. All right, so everything's well thought of. Over there's my pavers. We got some more block. We got our capstone. We got our columns for our fire bowls. We have the 3-piece ledger kit that we're going to use for our walkway inside the greenhouse. And we got our coal block that's going to line the walkway pavers as well as around the pool for our 6-foot offset. So everything seems to be coming into play. So now that you're looking at it from this angle, where the wall ends is going to be right around where the 2x6 forms are ending.